Something festers at the heart of Middle-earth, something that you failed to see. But the Great Eye has seen it. It is Mordor. Good news though, apparently Captain McCulloch has not really seen him. I mean, he's yelling about things, but that's about all he's doing right now. And we are in Eastern Osgiliath. Furthermore, we are in Tharagrundost. So, if anything's doing some festering, then it might be us. So, next stop, over here, where there's a lovely little castle that we would love to hold. And, in Balorn, I believe it's called. And then, or Balorn, so to speak. And in the meantime, we'll be retraining all the rangers, and we will be doing all the good things that little boys and girls should be doing everywhere, ensuring that we have the military-industrial capacity to beat back Mordor, as they will undoubtedly come again and again and again and again. And then once we have Kirithio firmly in our grasp as well, then we will feel relatively secure behind our mountain chain, with forts and everything, and then Eorthorn and, sorry, I've forgotten your name, Hirluin, there we go. Hirluin, that handsome man, yeah, they're gonna head on east, and then we're gonna breach Minas Morgul's defenses, if opportunity does not arise sooner than that, of course. We'll probably also come to blows with Canned, but for now it seems that the Lamroth are doing a fair job in keeping them at bay. So, let's hope it stays that way and end the turn. Welcome to the Gondorian campaign. I am Captain Total Waffle, and I am more than willing to bring you in for tea any time. Every time? It's every time and any time. So, be good to yourself, and watch along, dear viewer. It would seem that Mordor learned little. We will teach them a lot. Okay, get to know the dwarves of Khazad-dûm. Okay, sure.
Yes.
Dwarves of Khazad-dûm. I mean, it's more reasonable than Dol Guldur, I have to say. But we could just go there. Yeah, let's do that. Ooh, our mines are coming online. Ah, what good news. Then we should probably look into our trade opportunity. Yes, the roads are good, but they're also pricey. So we're gonna build some. We're gonna build out some construction infrastructure. Ethering will be very, very, very wealthy. Let us not worry one bit about that. It will. Then Serelund. Serelund? I don't know. Serelund? That could be it, actually. Serelund. Serelund? I don't know. We'll start with the Mason's Hall, though. Because it's so cheap, so quick. And Dwinir, stopping over at Tharagrundost. Promoting some local growth. Hooray, hooray.
Yes.
Will we just wait in that fort? Yeah, maybe. It does save a little bit of money, and then we can get Dwinir to come with us. It's either that, or it's to brave the notion of these 4 units on their own taking on the forces that defend Balorn, and I do believe that might be a bad idea. I'd love to have some Blackroot Vale archers in there, so let's stick with a plan that is guaranteed to succeed. Alright, now, Tarnost is an interesting place, because in the long run, this place is going to be bloody Dol Amroth-tastic. Dol Amroth have better units than we do on at a glance, so it's going to be a priority to get some of them here. And I believe that we might be able to do so, at least unless that's been changed for version 5. Last time we played this game, and last time we did a Gondor campaign, I should say, we did indeed have some lovely Dol Amroth troops coming out of Tarnast, but apparently, yeah, well, it's oh, let's just say it's not immediately apparent that this is still the case. Okay, Denethor, are you going to come to your son's aid yet again? Possibly. Ooh. More Fountain Guard potentially coming very soon. Okay.
Awaiting your command.
Something I'm also noticing actually is that you used to get a fully fledged barracks, so level 2 barracks thing out of Minas Tirith. This seems no longer to be the case. We need the governor's quarters before we can get that. So, yeah, Mason's Hall is of course a good idea. Now, who shall come to assist Boromir today? Well, I do declare that it would be very nice to get. Oh dear, Captain Faramir. And yeah, maybe Denethor will come in as well. Just, you know, he's gonna check in on things. You see, it's sort of his deal. It's sort of what he does. Hey. Okay. Okay, so maybe I am to choose. That's not nice. So if he attacks, he does not. Okay. But last time we managed to get Faramir in there. Okay. What happens if we do this? That would be more productive, I would wager. I mean, I think we'd win either way because Denethor's bodyguard is also pretty damn good. But especially with these types of enemies, I would love to be able to just shoot them till they bleed. So let's do that. The first battle of today. Faramir and Boromir at it again. Brothers in arms.
Let them have it, man.
What a lovely position this could be. It seems that we have some rainy weather though. Here's what I'm thinking. If we put ourselves up on this hill, we have options. And our option is marred slightly by the fact that our friends are far away. But we'll see whether that ends up mattering. Sometimes it can be really nice to divert enemy forces in disparate directions. Actually, let's run forward just a tiny bit. Because once our reinforcements enter the field, they might just be inclined to run toward us. Not presently. That's fine then. Oh, well, you see? Can some arrows fly? No, not really. Huh. Bugger. Okay, let's consider the terrain we've been given here. You know, it's not too bad either. Alright. There's an orc host. I want them to cough up some blood, if you know what I mean. And in the meantime, Boromir, you might need to load up some bows right about now. It smells a bit of us having to sacrifice some spearmen in the short term. But probably won't be too bad. Let's see, maulers, yeah, ooh, that's a priority. And meanwhile, the rangers rush to the rescue. Let's have them rush a bit further.
Never again will the land of my people fall into enemy hands.
Okie dokie. Start shooting.
For the moment, the fortune of battle
Oh,
goes
right then.
our way. Let's pray it remains. If we
Yeah,
continue
yeah,
like this,
yeah.
we will smash the
I think it's working. We just need to put in our archers over there. Shoot those. Hello. Okay, now the enemy's coming this way. Very nice. Interesting.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Yeah. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. Okay, team one, just be on skirmish mode. You're faster runners than the orcs, so you should be able to keep them at bay indefinitely.
Never again will the land of my people fall into enemy
And the
hands.
crossfire gets the better of them. Excellent. Okay, rangers. Gotta do something here. Yeah. Okay. Let's shoot the back of the melee forces. Alright. We're doing good. We're doing good. We're doing very good. I think it's time for everybody to just charge those archers.
The enemy army flees the field. Pursue
And
run them down.
off they go. All missiles, you know, don't shoot anybody. It might just mean fellow Gondorians dying, and we don't want that. Not by any stretch of the imagination. So, maybe shooting those is okay. Not that you can manage it. Okay. Yeah.
This is a clear victory.
Still, 17 dead in order to defend this land. Of course, I mean, 17 deaths, that is a tragedy on any day, but versus the thousands that could have been, very much acceptable, I'd say. Good work, Boromir. And upon the completion of our little quest... Nah, let's not ransom them. Sorry. Sorry, Mr. I. That is oh so great.
Captain of Gondor.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna bring Faramir back around this way. Then to Caendros. Western Skinnieth. Going back there. And then, you know, if they attack again, Faramir can just assist from this side together with Denethor. And potentially the Fountain Guard as well. Wouldn't that be fine? Do we need some cavalry militia? Yeah, it's a good idea. Let's get that. Beggars can't be choosers, and right now I'm begging for some cavalry. Lund Gallin. I want to build Hmm. Yeah. Next turn will be interesting for Tharagondos. Until then, let us continue. Our economy is growing, and pretty well, so let's keep it going. Thank you so much to Rohan for assisting in the in ridding us of our rebel problems. And ooh, lovely to have a vineyard. Anyway, off we go. Mordor comes again, and they've brought many men. Well, they're not men but orcs, and we're way past talks. Let's have a look at them.
Have a taste of my blade.
Oh my god, that's a terrible army. Okay. Well, there's only one thing to do, as far as I'm concerned. We're going to put Faramir right here. There are some more troops coming along here. What do you got? Not much and terribly little. Okay, well, we can live with those kind of things. Ooh, hello, hello. Itherian Rangers ready for action. Excellent. We want all the troops we can get, generally speaking, and
Awaiting your command. Captain of Gondor.
you're gonna go over there.
Ready your weapons.
Let's do it, Denethor. Go to the eastern skillet, please. What do we need over here? Well, we need a governor's quarters, I think. Maybe a mason's hall. Just a quick little mason's hall, and then that'll make this one quicker to construct, and it'll make the upgrade to the barracks easier to construct, so we will get to a desired result quicker that way. We also want a governor's quarters in Minas Tirith. Maybe it'll even help us grow. Not really. We'll consider that. But for now, it would seem that we have to defend the Kayandros. Oh, so many masons' halls. Masons everywhere. Okay. Well, goody goody. Yeah, here we're just sending everybody off.
Ready your weapons. March, men.
Yeah. Let's go do the Boromir business. Here's the thing. Turlin. You're sitting in Karazast, but that's a pretty easily managed place. We could just replace you with a bunch of militia. So we will. And you can go to West Niskerith, where you'll be just as useful. Alright then. So we have Borian. Okay. What happens if we attack from Kayandros? We'd be stuck on the other side of a bridge, but you know what? I like the idea of being stuck on this side of the bridge. So let's do that. Gornag. More like gone nag. Because we're gonna nag him until he's gone.
For the White City.
Yeah. Alright then. We have some spearmen. We have some archers. And who knows, we might even get some rangers. Yes. Lovely. No. You know what? We might need to go over there. You know what? Let's just put our archers right there. Ah, yes. The orc archers have sallied forth, and no one else. Okay. Well, if they want to shoot at our heavily armoured archers, then that's fine by me. Because they are a good bit more squishy. Oh. Yeah, we'll just keep Team 3 right out of the battle, that's fine. There's no need to involve them right now. Come, Rangers, come. Oh, you are coming. You are coming. Get your mind out of the gutter, son, not that way. Good, 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 good. But, come this way, come this way. Man, that's a slaughter. Ready to happen. Guys, where are you going? What's going on? What's with you? Where on earth do you think you're going? You're supposed to be crossing the bridge together with your mates. You're gonna have a good time, right? No. You're not going to be baited by those buggers. Okay. Right, Rangers, you're ready. And you're gonna shoot your bows. Defensive stance. That's what we want. Yeah.
The battle seems to be swinging in our favour. From such tidings does victory emerge.
Orc archers running away. Understandably. They've been sent into a melee brawl, in which they were doomed to ever fall. So, you know, not exactly advantageous. Regardless of one's persuasion. Soldiers of Gondor. No matter what will cross that bridge, you will stand your ground. Can we invoke another bit of leadership? Perhaps? Well, we're wearing them down. It's just taking a little bit of time, but we'll do it. We'll manage.
Never again will the land of my people fall into enemy hands.
No! Yeah, you guys need to go back a bit.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Oh gosh, it's just running around with the next to no idea of where to go. Yeah, this soldier battalion is yeah, it's giving way a bit, but they will be retrained once the barracks is up. And people have suggested I should be getting my like militia buildings, and they are definitely a boon for defenders. But the thing is, here is my controversial opinion: they're not that great. it's sort of nice to have a decent little fallback option, but what we're doing here would not be helped by militia buildings at all. We are doing flexible defense with different settlements supporting one another, and in order to do that well, it's really important to be just able to fix the battles as we want to fight them. The militia building forces us to always fight on the walls, essentially, and that's not always what we want to do. Sometimes we shall fight them on the breaches, or fight them on the bridges, or fight them in their bridges. You know, take them by surprise, on the bed, as we say in Danish, på sengen. You know, surprise them a little bit. Take the initiative from them. So that's my idea. We will want to do more hit and run, and a bit less static defense. It's not to say that the militia building has no place. It certainly does have a place. Especially as our standing armies move forward from the Asciliath region, from Ithilien, into the Morgul Vale and so on, then it's nice to have something in Caandros, for instance, that can just act as a backstop. So we can keep a minimal garrison in the area, while our main forces carry on the fight elsewhere. But then again, once we carry the fight on elsewhere, then that will become the focus of our enemy's attention, and the militia building will be standing back there as a drain on resources. So you know, I tend to favour training troops over the more static experience in militias buildings. That was a poor phrase, but I hope you understand what I mean. A more flexible approach as opposed to the more defensive, static one.
This is a clear victory.
And we ended up healing some spearmen, so that's very nice. It's very nice. 22 of them killed by our own. Well, yeah, sort of unavoidable with this tactic, I'm afraid. But, you know, that's better than having 100 of them killed by enemy hands, I suppose. Although the morality of that is interesting. If there are more philosophers in the audience, please do let me know. If my assertion holds any water at all, I am not really capable of answering that particular query. All I can say is, it was effective. Enemy camp has been sacked. Faramir can move back into Caandros, once Boromir gets out of the way, of course. Yeah, we can slot him in from behind, so to speak.
Ready your weapons. Forward.
Alright.
Captain of Gondor.
So we don't lose anything to upkeep in this scenario.
Let us sit up. Protect the blood of Numenor.
And now we could decide that Minas Tirith needs a trade boost. I'm going to decide that Minas Tirith needs a trade boost. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, a trade boost. And then we continue on with our governor's quarters.
As you wish.
You know, if we can keep off purchasing that Gondor militia, we can also build a market here. And we can let Minas Tirith and Kalasast drive trade prosperity in the region, and that's very good. That'd be very nice.
Maintain order. Ready your weapons. Awaiting your command.
Yes,
Emelach?
my lord. As you wish. Yes, my lord. Yes.
Hello, you've met the dwarves now. Ooh, what I wish to talk about. is how much money you could afford me. Uh-huh.
This seems quite acceptable.
Cha-ching! Okay,
Well, that was uneventful.
and we get some money that way.
My lord. Yes.
That might just fund some additional infrastructure spending. Kaandros, please. Okay, so, in accordance with what we had discussed in the battle previous, and I know that some of you don't watch the battles, so you missed a thrilling discussion of static versus flexible defenses. Anyway, I'm gonna go with a governor's quarters.
Maintain order.
And that's about it, I suppose. Yeah. And yeah, you know what? These territorial guardsmen, we'll just put them in a fort. I'm thinking that Calenhad might be a nice place to build a stables. Not just because of the spiritual connection we obviously have with the Rohirrim over here, but because it would be really nice to be able to send some cavalry from here to Osgiliath like that. You know, that's just something we don't want to do. So when the mines are done, we shall get some stables going.
My lord.
Hello, Mouth of Sauron. Do you have something to say?
Horrid tongue, if I must. Ready your weapons.
Not enough for my liking. We're going to move on. Mordor comes back. Okay. We have a bride presented. Yeah, go on and marry. Okay. So first, we gotta get some intel on these buggers.
My lord.
What do we have here?
I'm gonna stick
Militia level army galore.
My lord.
And here?
Approaching quietly.
Okay, slightly higher tier, and a general, so, you know, they won't flee at the first sign of trouble. Would we be able to beat that with the troops at hand? Sort of. This is tricky. This is quite tricky. Now, the good news is that Osgiliath is very, very resupplyable, so to speak.
the blood of Numenor. Ready your weapons.
So, if we would be able to assist Kaandros this way, but I don't think we are.
Slay them.
We are! Well, our choice is clear. Let's just bring in everybody.
Joining forces, my lord.
There's no reason not to. And then we'll send everybody who can down south. It's getting great. Okay. Okay. Good news, good news. Okay. Londgalen. Okay. We're getting the better of corruption slowly but surely. And Master Mason's Hall might indeed be a good option. But let's have a look at our options for development. Brethil is building stuff. We're happy with that. Settlement. Give me a meeting hall. Or maybe some farmland. Yeah, let's get some farmland going. The corruption in this place is off the charts, but eventually we're gonna put a dent in that. Eventually. Okay, so okay, you can afford that hall now. But Western Osgiliath could also use the money. Let's build a Mason's Hall. Because there's no massively urgent project there, the way I see it at least. Tarnist, you need to grow, I feel. You really do. So, land clearance for you. And that means we have precluded ourselves from doing much in Londgalen, but we could build a grain exchange. And the grain exchange would be okay, at least. There would be a fine return on investment for sure.
Captain of Gondor. Maintain order.
And let's send out
Watch for the
Hilloin
enemy. Watch for the
on a
enemy.
little scouting mission. Balorn is all the way up there, and it is under siege by Isengard of all people. Okay. Well, let's march up as if they as if they are certain to lose, and then maybe we'll snatch it up. Maybe we'll have to go to Kerthior and defend Tharagrundost. In which case, that'll be Duinhir's calling. And our cavalry will go to Kerthior. Yeah, that seems about right. But it also means that there's a pressure on us to take Kerthior before Isengard start just crossing the mountains. Okay, yeah. So, time is of the essence.
Your weapons.
We'll see whether Isengard triumph or are pushed back. But for now, we need to do some pushing back ourselves. Arcus,
Evil.
you have been checked. And unlike the local girls, you won't enjoy me checking you out.
Break their will. Events.
Hello, Kaandros. It's nice to see you again. Now, the main dilemma here is that the ones we want most to have on the walls are also the ones that the enemy might want to see outside the walls in order to even think about attacking. But, you know, let's put them on the walls and see what happens. If we have to march them out, then we will. But then our archer battalions, ready as they are, will march out. Our cavalry will hide in the woods. And our infantry shall march. Just outside range, it would seem. Now this is interesting. Can you walk a little way? See if we can close the gate? No? Well, that's interesting. The unclosable gate of Kaandros. It would seem as a bug in the in our defensive arrangement, but yeah. And the enemy, all the while, merely stand there, with the big guy in front. Well, he leads by example, at least. Maulers over there, some archers back there. Okay, so they are in no position to fire back easily if we are to just decide to, say, bring in Sweet Boromir for a little bit of a pulse-pounding archery action. I still don't know why the gate is bugged. That seems a bit strange. actually coming around to the idea that bringing our defensive line forward a bit would be really nice, because it also gives our wall archers a bit better of a firing angle. For when it gets a bit, you know, personal. If they're over here, the arcing shots will be terrible. But at that, you know, but if we can sort of stalemate them here or something, then we can more effectively fire over the heads of our own troops. Despite the fact that firing at things further away typically incurs a penalty for accuracy. Alright, march forth, my friends, until you can actually hit the enemy. I'm not sure our perimeter should be this far ahead though. Maybe we should just make use of our ranges, I don't know. Nah, we can run back with these archers, that's fine. It's gonna be okay. Alright. For Gondor. We're gonna put them sort of here, I think. What it is? It is what it is. Alright.
For the moment, the fortune of battle goes our way.
Our enemy chooses to do very little. And what are you doing? Why are you... Boromir, need I remind you of the realities of battle? Okay, it seems the enemy does not really feel inclined to bring the party to us. In which case, we'll bring out the archers. Put them in a line, and like this, and Boromir. Oh, that's what's getting into you. Come, friends, come, come, come. If we're rushing forth anyway, might as well do it properly. Can you? No? Apparently we just need to go ever closer to the enemy. You guys are out of ammunition. You are effectively melee units now. And the enemy has just decided to not use their melee advantage one jot. So I guess we'll just put our archers over there and shoot at them some more. This time with even better archers. You see what happens, Mordor? You see what happens?
Only half the enemy force remains.
Okay. So at this point, I'm inclined to bring forth the cavalry and run down the archers. There's so little left of their original melee force that we should start focusing down the maulers. And you guys, yeah, you can shoot the archers a little bit. Or maybe the morale and guard. Yeah, very good, very good. Archers doing what archers should, and now they're just deciding to retreat. That's amazing. Okay, a full tactical withdrawal, apparently. While the enemy just shoots them. It's not a good decision, but to be fair, the worst decision was probably to go on to like the edge of a cliff and hang out until the enemy started shooting them with bows. Okay, everybody shoot them all, those. And here, charge the orc archers, and here, charge the orc archers, and okay, so where is that general of theirs? He's somewhere, isn't he? Oh, the orc archers did not like that. Okay, and now what's happening here? An orc host coming toward us? A great host, you say? No. 10,000 strong at least? No, just 10. Oh, okay. A host of 10 I think we can deal with. Alternative battle of Helm's Deep, you see. Okay. A little bit of an own goal there, but they're okay.
It's time to press the attack.
And now we just run everything down.
Be awed by the victory we have won here today.
Lovely. Lovely. Goodbye, dear enemy. It was nice knowing you. So, after putting so many holes in the enemy that even Swiss cheese makers consider it a bit excessive, I think our troops are ready to move on. I think we're just going to take all these guys to East and the Skilleth.
Onward! Protect the blood of Numenor. Awaiting your command.
And the question then becomes, do we use Steward Denethor's bodyguard? Yeah, let's do that. Sorgrim, you are going to have a little bit of a challenge on your hands. Okay. Do we have any other outstanding business? Perhaps moving Imlach around a bit. We could send him toward Dunland and Enidwaith. Might be a good idea. At some point we need to get to talk to Enidwaith because we will be bordering them within a matter of maybe, I don't know, I mean, 3 or 4 turns depending on how things go down here. So, in that sense, there is very, very sound arguments for bringing our diplomat further west. And then, of course, the council, in their infinite wisdom, will say, no, go up and say hello to the Anduin Vale instead. I mean, let's talk to the people we will not be bordering in a million years. That seems like a prudent use of military resources to us, because we are buffoons of the highest caliber. Excalibur, that is. Anyway, to turn 13 we go. Okay, the nobles say, no. You can do whatever you want diplomatically, as long as you assert your authority over Ostethil. And we will get there. Don't you worry, we will get there. It's just a matter of timing, my friends. Timing. Because what I want is to take Balorn. So what do we have here? Druidine, Mordag, and Machaini. Yes. All the trappings of good little Enidwaith boys and girls. And I think we will want to have more than Helluin and Eothorn to take these on. because those Mordor skirmishers can get pretty nasty if we don't shoot them down. If we had only to deal with the heralds, the hunters, and the Toto. Well, even then, the heralds can actually be nasty against cavalry, so yeah, it's good that we have our archers with us for this one. East to Skiriath. Governor's quarters, please. If you'd be ever so kind. Sugrum. I've heard of the monumental defeats suffered by friendly forces in the area, and apparently none too fussed about just staying put instead of advancing the Great Eye's great agenda. Our victories have a demonstrable effect on enemy morale. Yay, and Borthor becomes better at infiltrating orcs, so hooray for that. I wonder what kind of disguise he's making use of. I mean, there's got to be some level of disguise going on, right? Surely. Yeah. So, Calenhad, a Master Mason's Hall first, and then stables? I'm inclined to say yes. And yeah, East of Skiriath. You're getting that. Good, good, good. Alright.
Your orders.
Well, overall, quite good news for a single turn. I'm thinking at the next opportunity, a place like Anulond needs growth more than anything, really. Governor's quarters could provide some in the long run, especially if paired with public fountains. You see, so we get both some corruption limitation and a decent amount of growth. So, but if we start with the public fountains, get that. A Master Mason's Hall at the next opportunity, though. That's always a good thing. And yeah, but here in Gondor, this meeting hall will be very meaningful because it will reduce public order problems, and then maybe a library after that. Kellenbell. Not a great trade hub for now, but eventually, you know, your time will come. Your time shall come. Just build Master Mason's Halls everywhere. It's an expensive building for what it gives you, but it's a stepping stone to greatness. So, it's an investment, is what we're doing. An early investment, and once it's done, it's done. Ooh. My phone just picked up a signal. We could take the fight to Sorgrum and stop him from pestering the land. And we will. But for now, I'm actually quite satisfied with what we've done today. We've defended Skiriath and Caandros very well. We have established that Balorn is vulnerable. And we have ensured that infrastructure in our most pressing areas is proceeding apace. We'll also have to do something about Vanrolond, actually. Eventually. I'm sorry, Hanyon, your region is just not a priority right now. But it will be. Soon enough. And Pelagir as well. We need to do something here. But again, soon enough. For now, though, we're developing where it matters, and you matter to me. Your words matter, so please voice your concerns about lacking militia buildings in in Kandros or whatever you want to do. And I will take those comments on board, evaluate them, and we will see what we can do with them. But for now, be kind to yourself, regardless of what I reply in the comments. Because I do reply to them. Anyway, be kind to yourself. Be good to those you love. And I'll see you soon.